So hello and welcome to the video. I've made a few videos now about the British Airways Executive Club, and as I've said before, I keep an eye out for developments to that club, and when I've got half a dozen of them, I like to make an update video. Well, I have half a dozen, so the time has come. So ladies and gentlemen, in this video I will share 6 developments to the British Airways Executive Club that you need to know about. And as a teaser, point 1 is my opinion on whether you should stick with BA given everything that's been going on lately, or whether you should up sticks and move your loyalty to someone else. So if you'd like to hear my thoughts on that particular topic and hear about those 5 other developments, stick around.
Hi, I'm Matt. Over the last 25 years, I've travelled a lot. I've lived in 5 countries on 4 continents. I've flown over 1.3 million miles. I've visited over 100 countries, every American state, but I'm nowhere near done. So hit subscribe and perhaps you'll pick up some hacks, hints and tips to make your next trip better.
So item 1, should you stick with BA? It has not been a good few months for them. I won't list all of the problems they've experienced because I want to keep this video under 30 minutes in length. So what's happening to BA and to a lot of other airlines around the world is probably quite a lot more nuanced than you might conclude from just watching the news reports. An airline can't thrive without the support and assistance of the airports it travels through, and Heathrow has certainly not made things easy for its airlines in recent months. The pool of people that all UK businesses are drawing from has reduced significantly as a result of Brexit, which is making it harder to recruit people. And I believe it is still taking a really long time for airside hires to receive the security accreditation they need from the airport and also from the government. That's not to say BA is blameless in all of this, far from it. Some of what BA has done is pretty shameful. But the question is whether I believe you should persevere with BA and with its executive club. So my answer is an immediate and an emphatic yes, for 3 main reasons. Firstly, this will pass, and it may pass quite quickly as demand falls back from the summer peak in just a couple of weeks' time when the school holidays are over. Airlines and airports do know how to operate even when it is really busy, and that institutional knowledge is returning day by day. And for every travel disaster that gets picked up by the media, there are hundreds or perhaps thousands of trips that go ahead without incident. That's no consolation if your plans have been disrupted this summer, but everything I'm seeing suggests that things will return largely to normal over the autumn and the winter. Secondly, membership of the BA Executive Club gives you status in the entire One World group, not just BA. I'm planning to travel on quite a few One World airlines over the next year, and my status from BA will make each one of those trips just a little bit better. And thirdly, if your travel is substantially on One World airlines, BA remains probably the best way to status within that alliance. I did a big analysis of which Star Alliance program is the best one to join, and I've been asked a few times to do the same for One World. It's a big project though, and I've just not had the time to do so. But the preliminary research that I have done suggests that it's quite a lot harder to get status on Finnair or Qatar, based at least on the patterns of travel that I was looking at. So I will be sticking with BA. I don't actually fly with them much these days, and I probably won't travel with them much over the next year, even though I will have to undertake a chunk of One World travel to renew my gold status with BA next year. But they remain, in my view, the best way into the One World network, and I am quite confident that BA's management is just as fed up of the disruption and the bad PR as we are. Of course, if things go back to normal and BA is still completely hopeless, I will revise that view. So in my last update I talked about Barclays teaming up with BA to offer an upgrade voucher for their Barclays Premier Banking customers. This allows you to travel in business class but only pay the Avios price of a premium economy seat. I've now earned one of those vouchers and have redeemed it on an upcoming flight. As you'll see in a moment, it's not quite as valuable as the Amex voucher, but it's still a pretty worthwhile thing to pursue. So number 2 on the list is news that Barclays and BA have extended that relationship into the world of credit cards. There are now 2 Barclaycards through which you can get that cabin upgrade voucher. A free card which requires £20,000 of spending and a paid card which requires only £10,000. There have been some attractive sign-up bonuses available on those cards as well. Not so much at the moment, but I'm sure an offer will be back at some point in the future. I cannot advise you on whether either of those cards work for you, but I can direct you to the Head for Points website, where they have the necessary registrations to offer a little bit more information about what each card involves. I'll put a link to that in the description below. But I can say that those cards are an interesting way of leveraging your day-to-day spending to achieve a valuable reward with British Airways. And as Barclaycard uses the MasterCard network, which is more widely accepted than American Express, it's perhaps a better way of leveraging that spending than the Amex card. Point 3 concerns that Amex card, and specifically the voucher received when you spend £10,000 over the course of a year. Be aware there are 2 variants of that Amex card, and the Premium Plus card is probably the one that you want, as the other card restricts you only to a 2-for-1 redemption in economy class, which is unlikely to deliver that much value to you. The Premium Plus 2-for remains one of the most valuable rewards available in the UK. I have a referral code available for applicants looking to get that card, so if you're interested, shoot me an email and I will send you that referral link. You'll earn slightly more Avios if you're successful in your application, and I'll get a handful too. So whilst that card has been good for couples and for families, it's always been a little underwhelming if, like me, you generally travel on your own. I was seriously considering surrendering my card as I was finding it harder and harder to use the voucher. But in the nick of time, BA announced that they were changing the terms and conditions so that the 2-for could be used by a solo traveller, and they would then get a 50% discount on the Avios required for a trip. So it should now probably be called the 2-for-1 and the 1-for-half voucher, although that's a bit clunky and I don't think it'll catch on. If you're looking to travel off-peak, the Barclays and the Amex vouchers are very similar in terms of the value that they deliver, although the Amex voucher is slightly more valuable. If you're looking to travel on peak dates, and of course the challenge there is finding reward availability, then the Amex voucher is quite considerably more valuable than the Barclays one. Point 4 on the list is probably more of a reminder, but it's so significant I think it deserves a place in this video. And that is that Qatar has adopted Avios as its loyalty currency. I made an entire video about it here, and it really is a game changer. Another reason to persevere with BA and to collect Avios. Since I made that video, BA has done some work behind the scenes and has made Qatar reward availability visible on the BA site. I've not tested it exhaustively, and I probably would still check both sites, but it is very helpful to have a lot of Qatar inventory showing up on BA's site. Qatar also has a double Avios redemption option, so if insanity descends and you look to pursue one of those, you will still have to go to the Qatar website for those, as they will never be visible on BA. Item 5 is another quickie, and that is that Oman Air has announced that it will be joining the One World Alliance. Not until 2024, and Josh Cahill will not be celebrating as he absolutely hates them, but I say the bigger the better when it comes to airline membership of alliances. I've already been looking to take a trip on Oman Airways, and I'd love to travel with them, notwithstanding what Josh has experienced, and I will certainly now look to fly with them before they join the alliance. And point 6 is quite an annoying one, although it is only really relevant to gold card holders in the BA Executive Club. And it concerns a little known perk of being gold, which is the Gold Priority Reward. This allows you to use Avios to book into a revenue seat if no redemption inventory is available. It costs you twice the normal number of Avios, but it can be an absolute lifesaver if you absolutely have to travel, and can be the best way of generating value for your Avios. It's a little known benefit because it's rarely used in a way that favours BA, so they do a very bad job of publicising it. Reservations can only be made on the phone, and they need to be made 30 days ahead of travel, but it is a very good benefit to know about. But A one-way trip like this one from London to Amsterdam used to price up as 4,700 Avios plus £17.50 as a reward flight saver. If you absolutely had to go to Amsterdam and there was no redemption inventory available, you could double the Avios, which is 9,500, still pay the £17.50 and you would get a seat. Using that Avios valuation of 0.8 of a p that has been established through the Nectar relationship, that means you're paying £93 to travel, which would almost certainly be a discount on the cash fare available. A great benefit to Gold Card holders. A couple of years ago, BA changed its strategy with regards to reward pricing to increase our options, although it had the benefit of enriching BA. So instead of the only option being 4,750 Avios plus £17.50, you're now presented with a range of options, the default of which is 9,250 Avios and 50p. That extra 4,500 Avios is saving you £17, which values each Avio at less than 0.4 of a p each, less than half the value you get from taking those Avios to Sainsbury's. Which is great for BA and it's terrible for you. So what started to happen was that people called BA to trigger a gold priority reward and they were being quoted the higher Avios cost as the base price. So the 9,250 Avios was being doubled to 18,500 Avios, still the 50p, but using the 0.8 of a p valuation, that was now costing you £148, 60% more than the original pricing option. That was an outrageous price increase and radically reduced the number of occasions where the gold priority reward makes sense. People had been able to haggle the price down to the old Avios value to generate the same value that had prevailed for years. But Head for Points has recently reported that BA's agents have now been ordered to use the higher Avios cost. So despite being a great perk for their loyal list of customers, it wasn't great for BA, so they have mandated that it must stop. Not a good look, BA. So there you go, 6 developments to the BA Executive Club that you need to know about. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave me a like if you did. Leave me a comment. Are any of these things that you're now going to look at more closely? Subscribe if you're new, and if you'd like to support what I do here more directly, I have a Patreon account, the link to which is in the description below. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.